Hey guys, Megha here. Welcome back to hashtag Megha Says. As you all know that I am doing videos about Do Epic Shape book, and in that book I am sharing my experience about what Ankur said related to those points. Um, Firstly, we see about success and failure. Second, we see about habits. Third, we see about awareness. Fourth, we see about entrepreneurship. Yesterday I completed videos about entrepreneurship, and today I am going to start about the most important factor in our life, that is money. In money, actually Ankur has told us some mistakes that he has done about money, so I just have to read them. So today I will read all those points, and then tomorrow I will share my experience about money. So let's start. Mistakes I made with money. We grew up without any money, perpetually in debt, hand to mouth existence, which is why I grew up hating money. I thought it was the cause of all our problems, and I never wanted money to rule over me. Why I didn't realize though was that this desire to dismiss money led me to disrespect it. Because I had a knack of making money, I never really spent any effort in understanding how to manage and grow it. In the process, I ended up making a lot of mistakes. Mistake 1, I took loans to buy real estate, assuming the price appreciation would take care of the interest rate I pay. I didn't take into account taxes. I didn't take into account inflation. I didn't do the maths that to get a respectable return, the price will have to grow approximately 20% year on year. Means he thought that he just took loans to buy a real estate, but while taking that he didn't think about other aspects that will affect on the loan, or that will affect on our company, affect on our business. So he thought that he said that we must think about it, so that we could easily work on money, and it will not take us to the loss. The mistake too, whenever I made any extra cash, instead of paying off the loan, I invested it in startups, convinced that the startup would multiply my money several times over. I basically went to a casino, convinced I would make enough money to repay my loans. That's what I did. Means when he was earning extra money, or when he was taking profit, instead of paying loan, he used to invest that in the startup. He was doing new startup and he invest that. But I think startup, sometimes startup becomes very risky. It's like a casino. Means there are 50% chances, anything can happen. It depends completely on your luck. So he invested all those money in that. Mistake 3, I invested in illiquid assets, startups, real estate, and rarely in liquid assets, stocks, gold. So when the time happened, I had a lot of paper wealth but no cash, which meant collecting even more debt, never trying to pay it back. Because hey, the previous example of not paying off loans with extra cash, means if we want to invest the money, then we must invest them in liquid estate, such as stocks, gold, land, so that we could sell that immediately, and we could earn money from that. But instead of doing that, Ankur said that he invested in illiquid estate, such as the startups and real estate. This is the only paper wealth. It doesn't give us the real cash in our hand. It's only just a paper wealth, and there are chances of 50-50. There are 50% chances to getting return from it. Mistake 4, for an entire decade, I took lower than market salary, over indexing on equity. I believed the equity would make me much more than the salary ever would. So when things didn't end up as expected, I was left with no wealth. Means when he was doing business, he didn't took salary. Means he didn't took any return from his business. But after some time he realized that he has earned so much money, but that didn't belongs to him. That all is belongs to his company. So he was without any cash. Means he was near about bankrupt, we can say that. Mistake 5, I over-indexed on the future, continued to maintain my lifestyle when I should have lowered it, maxed my credit cards, accumulated more debt, all in the hope that one mega event in the future would resolve all issues. Means regarding to money, we cannot just make assumptions, because money is such a thing that can take us to the height, as well as that can bring us to the down also. So it depends on us, that how we are using that, how we are initializing that. So we must think about future, and we must do some savings, for our future, so that it would be helpful for our future work. Mistake 6. I invested in stocks when the markets went high in the hope of making fast money. I sold in panic when the markets tanked so that I didn't lose money. I should have been the exact opposite. When we make investment in share, that time we have to study about share market, and he said that if I want to purchase some shares, then I must purchase them when the prices are lower or when the market is low, means when Sensex is down, and if I want to sell my shares, then I must sell them when the market is raised up, means when the Sensex is at high point, so that I could earn a double or triple money from the shares I sold. But Ankur did opposite of this. Mistake 7. Whenever I was in need of money, I broke my mutual fund investment to generate cash. I basically broke compounding. I persisted with it during the painful slow growth period, and just when compounded growth was about to take off, I clipped its swings. Means when we invest some money in mutual funds or fixed deposit, at that time we must be aware that it is a compounding money. Means if we keep this continued, then at the end of the day it will definitely return us extra amount. But if we break it at the middle, it will not return us amount, but it will deduct the penalty from our investment. So we must be aware about investing in mutual funds or investing in fixed deposit, and to take off from them. Mistake 8. I discouraged my wife from investing in mutual funds and buying gold. She still did. I mocked her, laughed at her, challenged her to return a comparison at the end of the decade. It was her investment that saved us, not once, thrice. Because I hated money, I never respected it, and I realized that money didn't respect me either. While I know how to make it, I never understood how to preserve it, how to grow it. I also feel that if we not respect the money will not respect us. Means if we say that I don't like money, or I don't want any money, then it will definitely not come to us. It will never come to us. Means we have to respect the money, and we have to think that I want the money as per my requirement, so that money could come to us, and then we can do whatever we want. And sometimes it happens that we earn more and more money, but we didn't know how to preserve it or how to grow it. So for that we must be financial literate. We have to take this training, so that we could preserve the money and we could grow it. I think that is the most important part for every person. Today I think I know taxes are a thing, a real thing. Always look at your tax adjusted returns when comparing. Means when we compare about our investment or sales and income and expenses, that time we must take in consideration about our tax. Inflation is a thing, a real thing. Money loses value over time. Always include that in your return calculation. Means we must use our return calculation, and we must add the money that will go away from us in the inflation. Compounding rests on a very important element, time. You need time to witness compounding in action. Give it time, a lot of time. As I told, if we have done fixed deposit, or if we have invested our cash in mutual funds, it will take a time to get extra money from this. But we must think about that, and we must have to do that, so that it will return us the extra money, and it needs only time. There is no shortcut for it, so just give it time and then see the action that you have not expected. Liquidity is a critical. Invest in a way that you can withdraw cash whenever you need. Else, what's the points? Means there are two types of investment: liquid investment and illiquid investment. When we invest cash in liquid investments, that time it becomes very hard to get money immediately. But instead of, if we invested money in liquid assets, then definitely we can earn the money at any time, at any point, and in any much requirement, or in any quantity that we want. So we must think about that before investing the money. If you have excess cash, wait for the right opportunity, wait patiently, wait for markets to drop, wait. The price you buy at determines your return. No one wants to get rich slowly. Warren Buffett said that no one wants to get rich slowly, but the formula of getting rich is, I think, to have patience, to wait for the right opportunity, and to keep patience for the right opportunity, and to grab that opportunity. I think that is the most important. When in your 20s, live like a pauper, live within your means. pay your bills and then pay yourself by investing. Pay for your desires last. Do not take loans for your desires. Means if we have any desires, then we can't take loans for our desires when we don't have any income source. Because if we took loans, then it becomes more or extra debt on us, and that will definitely lead us to the depression or to the loss of the company. So we must be aware about that. Take loans only for things that appreciate in value. Education, maybe a house, only one. If we have to take the loan, then that should be used for proper reason, for proper purpose, such as education, or if for a house, but only one. Means we can't take house again and again, so it should be only one. 8. Do not invest according to your echo chamber. Angel invest because you are a founder. Invest in stocks because you are in finance. Invest in gold because you are a trader. Get to learn and respect all assets classes. Means before investing, we must have to take detailed information about all types of investments. My friend says or my relative says, or I see advertisement, I read a leaflet, I read a pamphlet. It is not enough for doing a larger investment, because it's not good that at the end of the day you will get nothing in return as per your investment. So we must think about that. That is the most important. Double down on what is working rather than diversify. Diversification will not yield a supernormal nature returns. Owning more of what is working will. Allow compounding to happen. It takes time, decades. For the longest time, it will seem nothing is happening. It's happening. As I would discussed before, the biggest lesson that I have learned about money is that it buys you freedom, and freedom is a privilege. For the longest time, I denied myself this freedom, and today, when I do have it, I realized all the mistakes I made that prevented me from getting this freedom. These mistakes have made me wise today. I hope they make you wise today much earlier. I think we must learn from others' experience. It's not right that we are taking our own experiences and we are working for that. It will take us 2, 3, 5 lives to learn all those. So I think we must be financially literate, and we have to study on that, and then we have to work in our investment for the finance. So this was my today's video about money, and tomorrow we will we will read some extra point about money. Thank you so much, everyone.